Hey guys, it's Natasha, and today I'm here on a really weird, humid, thundery day in Atlanta. So what better day than to do a book haul? Today's book haul is the top books that I am reading. Oh my god! Today I want to talk about popular, hyped up YA books that have been on my bookshelf that I just have yet to read. I know, I should feel disgraced. Sometimes, you just get worn out. Like last year, I really actually put down YA and stopped reading them because most of the books that have gotten a lot of hype, that just didn't end up turning out that good to me. A lot of the books that people were recommending me, I actually didn't even find that enjoyable. I was just like, how did you like this book? Really burned me out of YA, and I ended up moving on to adult thrillers, which I basically read the whole entire second half of the year. But as a writer, it's like, oh my god, I'm like undressing on camera. As a writer, I've learned you just simply can't avoid what is selling on the market that's extremely popular. Really, I write in YA, so I just can't ignore what's trending in YA, and not even just that, but I feel like it's good when you're a writer to really dig and see what out there is popping. It's good to read the hype. You have to be optimistic and be willing to look at what worked and be able to, apply that to your own writing. Okay, so the first book. The first book I'm going to talk about today is 1,000 Pieces of You. The cover, guys, is absolutely stunning. I actually saw this. Oh, my nail fell off. And when I found out it was a book about time traveling through dimensions, I thought it was absolutely interesting. I've actually started reading this book. I'm almost done. I've read about 75% of it. But basically, just to give you guys a brief synopsis. Now, this book is about a girl named Marguerite. Both of her parents are scientists, and they create this wonderful time-traveling device called the Firebird. Basically, you put on that device, and you can use it to time travel to different dimensions. A boy that she knows that worked for her parents ends up killing her father, and he disappears into another universe with the Firebird. And so now, she and her friend Theo basically put on, 2 prototypes of the Firebird and chase after him. Now, I don't want to get too much into this book, although I've read 75% of it. I'm really having a moment with this book, only because I hate when books start off as a thriller and then switch to romance. I feel like that's so much missed opportunity, and I was kind of a bit disappointed that very quickly it seems like Marguerite's hormones take over. Some of the decisions that she's making in this book don't make sense to me for somebody who's supposed to be avenging their father's death. And I just can't imagine that someone that close to you, you would be thinking about love instead. And that's kind of what so far is bothering me about this book. I won't go too far deep into it. Right now I'm kind of in the last 3/4, and I'm actually starting to like the book a lot more, even though it's not as much of a thriller as I thought it was going to be. Although it's a bit different, I can't really say if I love it or not right now. I need to finish it, and then I'll give an official full review. So that's 1,000 Pieces of You, guys, and I'll probably be doing a review. As soon as I'm done reading it, I will do a review. So the next book that everyone's been talking about is 6 of Crows. This is a book that I've been wanting to read probably for quite a while now. I've heard so many people say so many good things about it. I've held off because I'm like, oh god, like it just sounds like everything I would ever want to read. It's a thriller, it's fantasy, and it's involving thieves. Like, those are the 3 ingredients that I love. I love books that where the main characters are either villains, criminals. Those books are like my favorite. I especially love books when it's about a group of bad guys that have to come together and have to work through their own issues to reach the goal. I feel like those make great for conflict. I'm in love with the cover, and how can you not love this gorgeous inside, guys? I know everybody talks about this, but this book is so gorgeous. It's so funny because I actually have a notebook that looks just like this. But yeah, this book is fantabulous. The next book that I want to talk about is The Wrath in the Dawn. This is another book that totally caught my eye because the cover is absolutely stunning. I'm like a sucker for a good cover, but I've actually held off on reading this because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. Some people say they love it, some people say it's absolutely boring. I don't know. The thing that drew me to the story is that I really truly have appreciation and obsession for Middle Eastern and South Asian culture and stories. I really find the culture to be extremely rich, and it's just something that, you know, I love. I actually have tons of memoirs of people that have lived in the Middle East. I have tons of actual young adult books that take place in the Middle East. I really find it interesting. So I hope that this retelling lives up to the hype. But this is definitely something that's on the top of my list right now because the cover looks stunning and the premise sounds really good. So if you've read The Wrath in the Dawn, please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I would like to hear what you think, if this book was overhyped or was it actually bomb.com. So the next book I want to talk about today is Bone Gap. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like I can actually tell you what it's about, because I actually can't after reading the synopsis. After reading the synopsis, it sounds like it's about a boy named Finn who you know, his friend Rosa goes missing, and then he thinks of this, you know, crazy mysterious guy. But then there's a mention of sliding through gaps, tripping over gaps. I'm not really sure what the gaps have to do with this guy. I'm not sure if when they refer to gaps, if they're talking about portals or if it's just a figurative thing. I'm not really sure, so I'm not even going to begin to vomit on camera and basically tell you what this book is not. So basically, yeah, I'm just going to read it and let you guys know if I think this book is hot or not. Let me know if you've read it, what your thoughts are about this book. I am totally curious. Let me know in the comments if you've read this book and if it truly lives up to the hype. So this next book I want to read is called The Marked Girl. I'm not really sure how hyped this is. It just so happened to be purchased around the time that I bought a lot of books that were hyped up. I couldn't even bring myself to even read it. This book is yet about another portal. As you can see, I'm reading a lot of Dimension books. It's probably because the book I'm currently writing involves traveling through different worlds, so it's probably what's drawing me to, you know, parallel universe type books. So there's really 3 reasons why I didn't give this book a chance. Guys, if you want to kill your motivation to read a book, go read Amazon or read reviews, because they will tell you all the reasons why the book's not even worth your time. But basically, the 3 reasons why I stopped reading this book is because, one, it had a love triangle, and I'm absolutely tired of reading love triangles. Even the book I'm reading now, 1,000 Pieces of You, has a love triangle in it, and I'm like, or I actually think it's a 4 triangle, quadrangle, whatever. It's a 4-way. Basically, the book I'm reading with 1,000 Pieces of You is basically a 4-way, whatever. So anyway, The Marked Girl, I'm tired of hearing people in love triangles. It's like, just pick someone you're in love with and just freaking get with them. So yeah, basically the love triangle. The second thing is I heard that it's like pretty cliche. And the third thing is that I got it at a bad time. I really feel like if I hadn't read all the other books that really just were disappointing, then I would have at least given this book a try. Determined to do this for 2017. The Marked Girl, we will get through you and we will read you. So I'm gonna read The Marked Girl. If you've read this book, if it's pretty good, let me know what your thoughts are. So the last book on my list is Ruta Sepetys. I can't pronounce her name. Sepetys. Oh, I feel so bad. Anyways, I heard a lot of good things about this book. I hate to put it on my overhyped list, because the fact of the matter is that I've already taken a peek inside of the book, and I find the writing to be absolutely gorgeous. And the thing about this that makes me so excited about this book is actually the writer is somebody who works in the music industry. So it's interesting to see how someone transitions from, you know, working on the music side to now more so on the fiction publishing side. And so I'm really interested to read a fellow music professional's book, and I think it'd be super exciting, and it seems like it's going to be a good heartfelt story. I just honestly, this was a book that kind of got pushed back because this book really just, it was another casualty. It just basically got pushed back because, yeah, when I got this book, I had stopped reading YA and I just started reading Girl on the Train. That book kind of wore me out too. That book had me extremely frustrated by the last page, and basically I moved on to thrillers. I just started reading like adult thrillers, and this just so happened to not be a thriller, so I kind of left this behind with the rest of the YA. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys are reading. Any books that you're reading that you feel like you kind of missed out on the hype and have yet to read them, and you're planning on reading them this year, definitely leave your comments below. I want to see what you guys are up to and what you guys are reading. I'm really trying to make this, I'm really trying to weave some of these books into my monthly TBRs, and try to knock some of these out, because like I said, as a writer, it's super important to read books that are out on the market that are doing extremely well, because you got to know, like, you know, why are these books popping? What makes these books special? And I think it's, you know, really good to try not to run away from the trends and try to at least see why they're trending. So that's basically it. If you like this video, go ahead right now and give it a thumbs up. And I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you next time.